Hi, this is Mike Geppetto with the PHRA, and I'm here with David Moore. And David, thank you so much for giving a closing keynote and that inspirational speech that you did for the PHRA conference. Just kind of diving in for some of the people that weren't here to view it personally. Could you just kind of give us some highlights of your presentation entitled Purposeful Purpose Enhancing Growth of HR Leadership?
Absolutely. Somebody worth following is about it's about people, purpose, and passion.
Mm-hmm.
So people, purpose, and passion are the three driving factors that are going to make where people are going to find happiness.
Mm-hmm.
So I started with people, and I drilled down. You have to look inside. Where are you at? Where do you want to be? And how are you going to get there?
Mm-hmm.
So we have to find that, and then we have knowledge. We spoke about knowledge, and we spoke about wisdom. We spoke about understanding where you're at, but we spoke mostly about how you're going to get there, using the wisdom to actually follow through, to actually get where you want to be and being that person. Because if you become the person that if you put the best possible you forward, people will follow, and the right people will follow. So you're in the human resources. I mean, your business is people, and your business right now is to go out and is to draw the best and the brightest. So you want to put the best possible you forward, and that's what's going to bring the people to you.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense, and it definitely speaks to what we do, and the value that individuals bring to organizations. You want to get the best out of them, so that definitely makes sense.
And then passion, we spoke about passion, micro passions, having different micro passions. If you look at it on a large scale, you take your musicians or your artists, or you take like the Tom Pettys and people like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's such a large scale, it's hard for us to relate to, because we have micro passions. We have multiple passions where we feed from those, and your passion might be out in the community, but that might not be the way that you can actually feed your family or take care of your family. So you have to have multiple micro passions, and you have to work those into every part of your life. And as an HR professional, if you can go, and if your passion is, hey, I'm going to take this person that has this talent and I'm going to put him in the right position, you're going to see the feedback from that. So that's a great passion to have as an HR executive or HR professional.
Yeah, definitely agree. You got to put the people in the right areas and make sure that that's going to set them up for success, because ultimately that sets up everybody in the organization for success, for sure. So thank you for sharing that. It's been a fascinating journey of your life. How have your life experiences in general, whether it be the 39 combat missions that you've had for the Middle East, or the 2 plane crashes that you've survived. I mean, those are all experiences that have probably shaped you and kind of given you the path in which you speak to people today. Can you tell us a little bit more about those experiences?
Absolutely. My first plane crash on December 17th, 1997, it changed my whole life. It took my purpose, where I talk about purpose, isn't having, you're going for a purpose, and all I wanted to be was an airline pilot. Mm-hmm. And that was everything I wanted to do, but my entire purpose has changed after that, and it completely redirected my life, and I ended up in the military, and then I achieved what I wanted to there, and then redirected from there, and now I'm a speaker, and I go around and I give the knowledge that I've learned from the facing death like I did. It's coming so close to dying that day. Mm-hmm. And the point that I like to get across is we all have. You have a plane crash. Everybody has a plane crash story, and how we take that story and what we do with it is the difference between post-traumatic stress, mm-hmm. post-traumatic growth, or say PTSD. Because when it becomes a disorder, that means that you haven't dealt with it. But if you take the knowledge, if you take the wisdom out of it and you grow from it, it changes the whole world. And that's what we're looking to do. We're looking to help people find their purpose and redirect their lives to where they need to go, where they want to be. And that just led to the next, and the next led to the next, and just kind of a building block. And mm-hmm. I would like to think that I'm only in the middle of my journey. I still have a lot more to go.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. Those, you look at your life and you look at where you've come from. Yeah, you've got a whole bunch in front of you.
It's been a journey.
Definitely.
Just take it as it comes.
So, you authored a book, Lines Along the Wall, and you talk about what you referenced before, post-traumatic stress syndrome and post-traumatic growth. Can you just speak a little bit more about that in your book, and how did you come up with the book title of Lines Along the Wall?
Well, Lines Along the Wall, for me to even author a book was pretty amazing. Like if you'd have picked the least likely newspaper here in Pittsburgh did an article about me, and it happened to be my 11th grade English teacher. And he said, if you would have picked the least likely person to ever write a book on life, it would have been David Moore. I played football. I didn't really care a whole lot about English class, all the things, and he actually helped me edit the book down the line. But it was amazing, a line of events when I was in the Middle East that led me to writing this book. And my first book, Lines Along the Wall, was actually more about my health, and it was more about me kind of putting a cap, finalizing, dealing with everything that I had been through and making sense of it. So you were talking about the post-traumatic stress. We all have post-traumatic stress. Ever since we're little, it's these little events in our lives that add up that make us the person that we are today. Now, if you want to put a disorder on there, that means that we weren't able to deal with that. And I try to get away from that, because telling somebody they have PTSD means that they have a disorder and they're at a handicap, where I believe they're actually at an advantage with post-traumatic growth, because you can take that lesson and you can grow from it. So post-traumatic stress goes back to the time of Moses, when he used to, after hand-to-hand combat, he used to put them outside the camp to see how the individuals would react to that. You can only imagine how bloody and gory that would be. So as humans, we've been dealing with that all, that's been since the beginning of time. So it's how we deal with it, and my whole point is, take those experiences and use them for good, use them for your advantage, and grow from it and help others in their journey for their people or purpose and passion in life.
That makes a lot of sense. I've had some friends that have actually served over in the Middle East and have thankfully come back from there, but like you said, they're dealing with those stresses and trying to grow from them and trying to just acclimate themselves back into society and live a normal life. So I think when you can grow from those types of events, I agree. It's not you don't want to label it as a disorder, but from a learning experience, definitely, and a growth experience, definitely as well.
Absolutely.
So one kind of, just kind of relaxing question. You're a busy guy, you're traveling, you're speaking, you're engaging leadership, that kind of stuff. What the heck do you like to do in your spare time?
Well, family number one.
Yes.
So I have a beautiful wife, 2 beautiful girls, and a 3rd one about to come in the next week or 2.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Now, you know what you're having. That's
a girl.
Right.
So I have
okay,
3 girls.
So 3 girls.
So if I'm going to have a boy, I've already been told that we're adopting.
Okay, gotcha.
That came straight from the top, so straight from the wife. But so I'm big into my family. We have a lot of fun as a family. We we keep it new. We work together, and I enjoy spending time with my family. Outside of that, I actually still enjoy to fly. I love to fly. I fly for my own personal, my personal whatnot. I get out there, my personal adventures. I fly to places when I can, and then I also still do a little bit of teaching. So I love to teach, and there's nothing more rewarding to me
than teaching. Or
I do. Yes, okay. Yeah. So I get some time up at I helped a flight school get started up here. Actually, not too far from here, Beaver County, where I got to start at. Okay. And I love to give my time, and the aviation is right now. It's just bursting. There's so many opportunities out there. So they have 20-year-olds trying to teach 18-year-olds, and some people that are struggling a little bit, they can bring me in. I have a little bit more experience, and you can imagine at first these young kids don't even know how to deal with me. But then I get them to where they want to go, and then after we get them soloed or whatnot, I'll cut them loose. But I have a good friend up there that runs the flight school, so
awesome.
I love to teach. That's a part of me that I've always enjoyed. So pay it forward. That's my whole. Take what you know, and I've had all these great experiences. I have my Navy wings, my Air Force wings, civilian ratings, all this stuff, and I might as well use all those experiences and pay them forward to these guys, so they can go out on their, out in their life and get what they want, fulfill their purpose.
Awesome. Well, David, this has been tremendous. We appreciated you coming in and speaking to the conference. I know I enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed our time here as well. And thank you for sharing your stories.
Me too.
Really
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
All right.
Thank you.
Have a good one. Thank you.
You too.